Hello, my friends and crafters. I'm so excited to be here today to share with you the new blending brushes that will be in the 2021 mini catalog, January through June mini catalog. We have been waiting for this for a long time. I just have seen others who have been able to use these, and I'm just delighted that we have them now in our catalog. So let me show you a little bit about what they are, because if you haven't yet used them, oh, your life is going to be changed in the craft room. So they're each one of them, they come in a set of 3, I believe, and each one has a lot of these little teeny tiny soft bristles that they can be washed. You do need to make sure that they are completely dry when you're done using them, but I just decided to take a little punch and put a color on the back of each one of these brushes so that I know that this is going to be my purple brush and this will be my red brush. Then I don't have to keep washing them. You might as well just have one for every color, right? And I think that you can kind of wipe them off onto your card or onto your paper rather, and then just wash them off until you go to a different color of a different hue of the same color. So they also, 6 of them, I just noticed, fit perfectly into one of our large wood mount stamp cases, which are about to retire at the end of June. So if you need any of these wood mount stamp cases, make sure to put those on your shopping list. So let me show you some easy ways to use the blending brushes. So 4 1/4 by 2 3/4, I believe, is our size that we're going to make, and I'm going to be using today a new stamp set called Treasures of Life. I knew when I saw this one about grandchildren that I had to have it, absolutely, because we just spent a wonderful week with all of our grandchildren. And this image right here, the grandfather tying the scarf on the little granddaughter, reminds me so much of my husband and his joy in having grandchildren. When we had our first grandchild, his dad called and he was just giddy. He was like, "I can't wait. You're going to have so much fun." And my husband was like, I've had kids. I know what kids are like. I don't think that's anything new. But he has discovered that being a grandfather is the best thing in the world. Now you'll notice I stamped that right over the top of him. That was intentional. That's good. So I'm using, this is our Early Espresso ink right onto our crumb cake cardstock. Now what I want to do is take crumb cake ink to just give us a little edge right here. This would be a fantastic one to give to a new grandfather, or to maybe a grandfather would like to send it to a child who's just been spending some time with them. Now, these are very flexible little tools, little brushes. So you'll have a little flexibility as you do it, and you never want to put your ink right onto the paper. You want to start off the edge and then kind of come in off the edge like this to kind of give it the color on the edge of it. And you may even use your finger to hold it as you're coming in here like this. We're just going to give it a really nice soft edge. It's similar to our sponge daubers or our stamping sponges. So that gives us just a little edge all the way around the card. I'm actually going to mount this. I'm going to use my liquid glue. So I've got a piece of Early Espresso cardstock that is 4 1/2 by 3. And we're going to put this right on top of one of our vanilla note cards. So what my husband has learned is that there is just a different kind of love that comes with grandchildren. You can love them unconditionally, and you don't have to necessarily discipline. You can just love them. So what I did was I took some of the scripty words and stamped them onto vanilla as well, and then just fussy cut them out. The fun thing about fussy cutting words is that you don't have to be really specific, really detailed. You can kind of just go around the letters in a loose cut. There you go. There's number one. I'm going to do one more card for you to show you another idea, but that basically just gives you that very nice edge that is kind of an old-fashioned sepia toned portrait that you would get from a photo. But what we're going to do with this one now is take our 2-inch circle punch and punch a circle. We're going to make this a mask. We're going to make a mask out of our circle punch, and we're going to lay it right on top of the note card. Now we're going to use Flirty Flamingo. And this one is Coastal Cabana, because everything that I have has Coastal Cabana on it. And Mango Melody. We're going to use 3 different colors. And pull out our, I'm going to start with the Mango Melody because it's the lightest color. So you just kind of press your blending brush into that. And I'm going to start again off the edge and then come in. So you can see I would have had a big old blob of color. You don't want that. You want to kind of get it kind of dry on the edge. Then we'll do our Flirty Flamingo and come off the edge here and just rub that into the center. And the nice thing is it may have a couple of splotches, but you can just rub until it's all combined. And I love having the colors combined. Then finally, let's use Coastal Cabana. Coming from the edge and into the inside of our circle. If we need a little bit more, we can do that a little bit more. And those fine bristles just really blend together beautifully. Let me show you what happens when you take off your mask. Ooh, that's interesting. I got a little bit on that side, but that's okay. We don't care. It says, I cared enough to make the very best, right? I'll show you another finished one anyway in a moment. So now I'm going to bring in our Tuxedo Black ink. This stamp actually comes from a celebration stamp set called A Touch of Ink. Word to the wise, I thought that when I got this, I just opened it today, I thought this was the size of the stamp, but no, they are shown at half size. So just like, here's your stamp, here's the image, and here's the actual stamp. So this has 2 sheets of stamps in here. It's a 2-step stamp that we will kind of explore more options later. But for today, we're just going to make a very simple note card. So I'm inking up my stamp in black, and we're just going to put that right there. It's kind of a spotlight. This piece right here looks like my punch didn't stamp. I can speak today. Didn't stamp perfectly, so we're going to put our words right there. It says, thank you so much. You can always fool the eye. But there you go. Isn't that just a fun, simple card? And here's another one that had the butterfly on it. So these fun cards are so simple to do with those blending brushes. Just blend your colors right together. And you can see that as you where they meet, they also change color a little bit, almost a purple color right there. So yeah, lots of fun with those blending brushes. As they dry, you'll see on my newest one, you'll see maybe some of the bristle marks, but as it dries, they really do blend together beautifully. So you are going to have a lot of fun with these blending brushes. And again, they are available starting tomorrow. Don't forget that when you order $50 or more, you can choose a celebration item free during January and February. This one, the Touch of Ink, is actually available for a $100 order. You can choose this one free. 2 sheets of stamps you can get free for $250. That's just your basic Blending Brushes 101 with your ink pads. We'll be back another day to show more ideas using your blending brushes, but just getting you excited for that tomorrow.